Hi friends, a very warm welcome back to my investing in cryptocurrency series for beginners. This is video number 4 where I'm going to be sharing with you my cryptocurrency portfolio. Now I want to go a step further on this and not just tell you what percentage allocation some of the coins are, but break down exactly why I'm invested in these coins, which ones have performed the best and which ones I hold the most hope for in the future. If you like and appreciate this kind of content and want to learn more about how we can live happier, richer and more productive lives, do yourself a favour, subscribe to my channel below and don't miss out on any of it. Needless to say, this video is for information purposes only and should absolutely not be construed as financial advice in the slightest. A golden rule when structuring a crypto portfolio is to allocate the majority of your portfolio to large cap plays like Bitcoin and ETH. Minority to mid-cap plays ranked between say 10 and 100, and a tiny percentage of coins that are ranked outside the top 100 coins. My current portfolio doesn't exactly follow this golden rule. It is designed to reflect the current market, my overall market strategy, and I've primarily based my investment decisions off of the play's fundamentals and value over a long-term period. This differs to everybody. Just because this is my portfolio does not mean that it has to be yours. Okay, let's start with my biggest allocation. So, first play is a play called Rune. Rune is also known as Thorchain. It started off as a relatively minor holding, but it has multiplied a fair bit since I initially invested, hence the large portfolio allocation. If Thorchain does what it promises to do, it will be a top 10 coin. I don't really have much doubt about that. It's just about whether they can deliver on their promises. At the time of recording, it's ranked number 66. I believe it has a long way to go. What it does is it seeks to enable the trading of non-native crypto assets such as Bitcoin for Ethereum, but in a completely decentralized way. Right now, you have to go to a bunch of specific providers if you want to swap certain assets in a decentralized way. So what these guys are effectively doing is they are doing what Coinbase and Binance do, but they're doing it so you don't need a third party like Coinbase and Binance to transfer the funds, which if it works is something that has monumental potential. Okay, next up in my portfolio we have Uniswap. This is a very, very close second, offering 21% of my total portfolio. Again, Uni started off as a minor stake about a year ago, and it's grown substantially. Lucky I got in very early. One of the main reasons I still have a big portion of my portfolio allocated to Uniswap is because I use the product, along with hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of others. The Uniswap exchange is what's called an automated market maker. This is the type of decentralized exchange that offers various pairs of tokens to trade. Prices are set using various mathematical formulae, and trades occur using smart contracts, i.e. it allows you to trade between currencies on the Ethereum network. Kind of like Thorchain, except Thorchain is looking to do this across all networks, not just Ethereum. Again, I believe that Uni has a long way to go, which is why I'm hodling. Third on the list, we have my personal favourite. I feel like I have an emotional connection to it, even though you shouldn't when you're investing, but I do. It's Chainlink. I first heard of Chainlink all the way back in 2018 when Data Dash talked about it on his channel and about its potential. Luckily, again, I got in quite early, and in the past few years after skyrocketing, not only are the fundamentals sound, but history has shown that when momentum is behind Link, there's absolutely no stopping it. Without getting too deep into what it does, Chainlink solves what's called the Oracle problem. The Oracle problem revolves around a simple limitation that blockchains cannot pull data or push data to any external system, i.e. it is very difficult to move information in and out of blockchain networks. And if blockchain is to be adopted on a mass scale, it does need to integrate with all systems that we currently use in today's world. Link solves that problem, hence the name, Link. Number 4, closely followed by Chainlink, we have Mina. Now, I was actually very surprised about this one myself when I was checking my crypto portfolio, because I only bought into this coin recently because it was only released recently. But since it has gone from 3% of my portfolio to 11%. In essence, Mina is its own blockchain. But where it differs from the rest is that it requires very little computational power, and they're calling themselves the lightest of blockchains. In case you're not aware, Tesla quoted that the environmental impact of crypto, i.e. how much computational power it requires to keep crypto going, is the main reason they stopped accepting Bitcoin. If that's true, Mina is set to take center stage, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. Okay, next up we have synthetics, or SNX. Now, for me, there's been a lot of hype around synthetics of late, but it hasn't delivered for me thus far. I'm confident it will in the future, but my guess is that my timing initially wasn't optimal. Synthetics is a leading platform in DeFi, or decentralized finance, and it's primarily a decentralized exchange, but it also acts as a platform for the issuance of synthetic assets. Now, the latter makes this project something special because the platform enables its users to issue and trade all synthetic assets on the network. Now, this sounds like a niche, but it's actually a huge space. So even though it hasn't bared fruits yet, I'm optimistic. Next up we have DOT, or Polkadot. I actually dropped the ball on this coin and ignored it for a long time, definitely too long. While I did, it went from like $3 to $47. I actually bought the dip a few months ago, and for those of you who don't know what buying the dip means, it's basically describing buying an asset at a discounted price. So in May, DOT was $47 and it went down to like $11, which is a really good buying opportunity for the likes of you and me. Polkadot creates interconnected internet of blockchains, and it is a competitor to Ethereum. The way I see it is that if DOT even captures a tiny fraction of what ETH has captured, it will go a lot higher than $47. Okay, at this stage we are going sub 5% of my portfolio allocation, so I'm just going to list out the rest of my coins. Next up on the list we have EXRD, or Radix. Thereafter we have Atom, also known as Cosmos. Then UBT, which is Unibright. Now, believe it or not, I actually bought Unibright when it was at 3 cents a couple of years ago. I think I sold it at 9 cents. Now it's $2.75. I bought it back since, obviously, but Jesus, that was a lesson in hodling if there ever was one. Next up we have OMG, or Omisego, OXY, which is Oxygen, Ray, which is Radium, Zil, Zilica, Rari, which is Rarible, and finally we have Mark, which is Benchmark. Now, some of these coins are not available on exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, or FTX, so I'm going to list all of the exchanges that I use to buy all of these coins. Just a tip, if there's another coin that you want to buy but you don't know where to buy it, just go on to CoinStats, click on the coin itself, scroll down, and then click on markets. That will show you all of the markets where you can buy that coin. Would have saved me an awful lot of hassle. So, that was my portfolio. But before you go, you have to hear this. Portfolios change, right? My portfolio might not be the same as it will be in 6 months' time. I may decide that I've had enough risk and I want to put everything into Bitcoin or take profits. The key thing about your portfolio is that it needs to reflect your goals and aims of investing. If you do have a loose plan as to what you want to achieve, I can almost guarantee that you won't act emotionally with your decisions, which will generally lead to a pretty good result. If you act emotionally, it rarely does lead to a good result. Because this market is evolving so quickly, it can be very easy to get lost in the crypto jargon and lingo and terms. Every time I watch a crypto video, it seems like someone has coined a new word to describe some big new exciting thing. DeFi, NFTs, HODL, bull market, bear market. If you want to keep up to date with all of these terms, you will definitely want to check out this video up here, where I talk about some crypto keywords and terms that you absolutely need to know if you're investing in crypto. Before you do, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below if you appreciate this kind of content. Until the next one, Slán.